Right, Rick Cook from Tor Leisure. I'm a leaseholder of this place, leisure centre. From what I've seen of having been here for 12 years now, and having carried on business through the changes in the licensing system and all the rest of it, whereby specifically from this point of view as a trade, serving alcohol, it's always been a problem with kids coming into, sort of bar areas, especially sort of pub establishments, traditional pub establishments. This has never been a traditional pub in as much as that it's been a social club, and then we've always had it as a kind of family place, really, with kids' parties and all sorts of things going on. But with the new Licensing Act, it became very, very difficult. This it was focused on far too drastically for the wrong reasons. Because we have a 17-acre field, and lots of kids were out on the fields at that time with the upsurge of cheap booze from supermarkets, and parents just letting kids take booze out and all the rest of it. We were getting a lot of problems out there, and so that was identified as a problem associated with here, which it wasn't. It never was, and I think that's established now that it never has been. But what it meant for us was that we more or less had to be very careful about kids coming in here at all, to a point where we banned them completely. Under 18s, we banned them completely, except if they were with parents, literally, for kids' parties, sort of bouncy castle parties. So we were left kind of very high and dry for a long time, for about 4 years, until we met you guys. I don't know quite how that happened, but I had heard about you, but we try and work with all sorts of different people anyway. We try and network out wherever we can. And you guys in here really have sort of opened the doors again. And as much as the events you've held here, dub club nights and various other things that you've been doing here, fantastically organised. We couldn't possibly do it because, number one, we don't have the training that you have as volunteers yourselves, and working with the kids. My staff aren't trained to do that if there's a problem with kids. So. Long and short of it is, if we could afford it, to have the kids here coming all the time under your, if we could turn this into a Somerset youth leisure centre. Crikey, on some events I think the last one we had here was about 15. At least 15, maybe 20, I think. I think that was the one that was the last summer event we tried to hold when it spilled out outside. So you did need them. But I mean, it's the more the merrier, because I mean, at least the events you're putting on here, they're only small events, but at least the local kids are getting an opportunity to see them, because there isn't anywhere else that would do it around here, indoors especially. But I think the more you bring, the better, really. Give them a taste of a bit of music in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's very important that they do. If they're interested, they should be encouraged to do it. As I say, we mention it all the time to everybody that comes in. We tried in the summer holidays letting the kids in again, under 16s, because there are things to do, and they're away from the bar, like pool, there's Skittles, all sorts they could do. And so we let them in. It was a rainy day. We let about 5 in, I think, and then the next day it was 20, and then the next day it was 40. It got a bit out of hand. And they were really noisy, made a hell of a mess, but there were 2 distinct groups. There were 12 to, say, 14-year-old kids in the corner making a hell of a mess and a racket, and then there were the 14, 15s and 16s playing pool and really, saying, look, didn't want any association with them. So I think it's, so again, we've said to them that, look, you guys are going to have to join the youth service if you want to come in here, go up to Silver Street. So we started taking names. I started phoning up, seeing if they had come up there. I think I sent Scott a list of names, and I think several of them did come up and join. So they're coming in, they show the card and whatever. So it does work, because then they know the rules from you. They know, I mean, our rules are very strict, and your rules are another set of rules, on behaviour. So, the combination really works. Well, just keep spreading it. I mean, just keep putting events on, keep publicising it however you can, and just telling everybody we see, really. I don't know, but, you know, it's all about promotion, isn't it? We'll you know, always continue promoting it as long as we can, because as I say, until the day that you stop as an organisation, which would be catastrophic, I think, for the kids around here, then all that would happen here was we'd simply close the doors again to them, and that'd be it. And I don't think that's the way forward at all. If anything, I think you guys need to be, you know, a lot better supported, stronger supported, and, you know, you need more membership. Very, very important. You know, because it's a cool logo. It all looks good, doesn't it? It all looks really nice, and, you know, it's all very laid back, and you go to great events. You know, you're doing some terrific stuff, especially out in nature and whatever. That's excellent. And you know, the time I've only been to one, to be honest, which is Monte Carlo, and everybody I saw was having a terrific time. And there was such a lot of stuff on there. I just regret I didn't go the day before and have a go at the shooting and everything. So yeah, I mean, it's, you know, they should join it. Everybody should join it. And you need to do more if you can.